The airport hums a sterile tune at gate B12 beneath the June. I watch the planes take off and land while holding coffee in my hand. Your text says safe with just one word, the kind of message barely heard. But I can feel the space between the screen's cold light and what you mean. 3,000 miles of sky and stone, and I'm sitting here alone. The lounge jazz plays something flat for the kind of love that looks like that. Miles away but close enough when the going gets too rough. I hear your voice in minor keys drifting through the evening breeze. Miles away but close enough. Love don't need the fancy stuff, just a phone call, just a song to prove the distance isn't wrong. Miles away but close enough. Close enough. The hotel room is always beige, where the lonely learn to gauge the echo of an empty bed and the conversations in my head. I practice what I'll say to you when the time zone lines pull through. Your morning is my midnight blue, the paradox of me and you. The TV flickers foreign news while I hum the songs you used to choose. The minibar holds tiny bottles for the heart that gently throttles. I trace your photo on the glass, wishing time would move less fast. They say absence makes the heart grow fonder, but some nights I just sit and ponder if the miles are stretching thin, the thread that pulls you back again. Yet when the saxophone plays low in some dark club where strangers go, I swear I feel your fingers lace through the crowd in time and space. The conference ends, the flight boards soon. I'll be beneath our shared moon by the time you wake and brew the coffee that I made for two. The taxi races through the rain, every red light is a pain, but patience is a jazzman's creed, the solo that the soul might need. I key the lock, the hallway's dark, but your breathing leaves its mark. I slip beside your sleeping form where the cold miles start to warm. Miles away but close enough when the going gets too rough. I hear your voice in minor keys drifting through the evening breeze. Miles away but close enough. Love don't need the fancy stuff, just a phone call, just a song to prove the distance isn't wrong. Miles away but close enough. Close enough. descends, the wheels touch ground. In the silence, love is found, not in miles or maps or charts, but in the rhythm of two hearts. So fly away, I'll let you go, knowing what we both know. Miles away, but close enough. Close enough. The avenue glistens black and wet, where the neon signs forget to set. I heard a saxophone somewhere east, from a basement without a priest. Just one man and his brass machine, playing something caught between a prayer and a broken heart. In the rain, a work of art. I stood beneath the awning's edge, where the water dripped from the ledge. The notes climbed slow, then fell apart like confessions in the dark. No crowd to clap, no hat to fill, just the lonely saxophone's will. Lonely sax on a rainy Ave, playing all the love he never had. Each note a tear that won't come down, in the rhythm of a forgotten town. Lonely sax on a rainy Ave, the saddest sound the city ever gave. But somehow, in the minor ache, my own lonely heart starts to ache. Lonely sax on a rainy Ave. I move closer to the cellar door, where the music seeped through the floor. A single bulb, a folding chair, and a man with silver hair. His eyes were closed, his cheeks were wet, not from rain, I could bet. The song was something old and blue, a standard that we both knew. Autumn leaves, but slower still, played against his own free will. I leaned against the dripping brick, feeling suddenly lovesick. Not for someone, not for place, but for the sorrow in his face. The rain picked up, the sax held on, a duet between the dusk and dawn. The street became a symphony of tires, puddles, melody. I wondered who he played it for, the lover who walked out the door, the child who never got to grow, the dreams he let too long ago, or maybe just the rain itself, that melancholy liquid wealth. He finished soft, the note decayed into the night that he had made. I wanted to descend the stair to tell him someone heard him there, but something held me in my place. Respect for sorrow, not disgrace. I dropped a bill into the case that sat untouched in that dim space. He never opened up his eyes, just started playing lullabies for the avenue, the rain, the night, for every soul without a light. I walked away, the sax remained playing through the pouring rain. Lonely sax on a rainy ave, playing all the love he never had. Each note a tear that won't come down, in the rhythm of a forgotten town. Lonely sax on a rainy ave, the saddest sound the city ever gave. But somehow, in the minor ache, my own lonely heart starts to wake. Lonely sax on a rainy ave, on a rainy ave. Now when it rains, I walk that street, hoping somehow we might meet. Not to speak, not to explain, just to listen through the pain, for the lonely saxophone that makes the empty feel like home. Lonely sax on a rainy ave. The neon drips like honey on your skin after midnight, where the lonely hearts begin. I saw you standing by the velvet rope in a dress of smoke, and whispered hope. The saxophone is crying in the corner booth, while the rain paints shadows on the telephone booth. You said your name was something I forgot, but your eyes held every secret that I sought. Velvet fog after midnight, wrap us in this hazy light. No tomorrow, no goodbye, just your breath and my lullaby. In the dimness of this room, you're the jazz, I'm the tune. Velvet fog after midnight, hold me till the world turns right. The piano man plays minor keys for two, as the amber liquid melts the room in blue. Your laughter sounds like vinyl on a rainy street, broken and the dreamers gently meet. I trace the curve where moonlight meets your spine, while the bass line pulls us deeper into wine. The clock strikes 3, but time forgot to move. In this cathedral of the unapproved, they say the morning kills what midnight makes. But darling, some illusions never break. So let the city sleep beyond these walls, where the fog descends and no one calls. Your lipstick stain upon the crystal glass is the only map to where we're meant to pass. Velvet fog after midnight, wrap us in this hazy light. No tomorrow, no goodbye, just your breath and my lullaby. In the dimness of this room, you're the jazz, I'm the tune. Velvet fog after midnight, hold me till the world turns right. The fog rolls out, the sun betrays the night, but somewhere in the silence we take flight. Velvet fog after midnight. The fan turns slow in the window frame, where the August heat forgets its name. I lie upon the unmade bed with the elegy inside my head, for a summer chill that never came. Just the humidity and shame of wanting what the season lost when the autumn started counting cost. Your dress still hangs upon the chair, the blue one that you used to wear when evenings cooled and we would walk beneath the stars in summer talk. Now the air is thick and holds its breath like a requiem for summer's death. I pour a glass of lukewarm tea and let the elegy sing through me. Elegy for a summer chill, where the night refused to still. The fever that the August bred in the garden where we laid our bed. But seasons change and so do we, leaving just the memory. Elegy for a summer chill, for a summer chill. The porch swing creaks but doesn't move in the stillness that the heat approves. I remember how you used to shiver when the evening breeze would deliver a chill that made you pull me near in the dying of the summer year. Now I shiver in the sweat alone, in this house that lost its home. The ice cubes melt before they clink in the glass where lovers used to drink to futures that the chill foretold. Before the summer grew too old to hold the promise in its hand of a coolness in the promised land of September, when the leaves turn gold and the summer stories all grow cold. Some chills are not about the skin, but the coolness that grows from within, when love decides to take its leave in the heat that makes us scream. The summer that refused to end, and the chill we couldn't defend, against the warmth that wore us thin, till the elegy could begin, for what we were and what we lost in the humidity's cruel cost. The crickets drone their endless song in the night that grows too long. I walk barefoot on the lawn where the dew should be, but isn't drawn by any coolness from the ground, just the warm earth's silent sound of growing old before its time. In this elegy slow rhyme, the neighbors sleep with windows wide, while I stay up and let the tide of memory wash over me in this unbearable degree of heat that holds the past too close, like a lover who won't let go. I whispered to the stubborn night an elegy for summer's flight, elegy for a summer chill, where the night refused to still the fever that the August bred in the garden where we laid our bed. Elegy for a summer chill, the kind of cool that time can't kill. But seasons change and so do we, leaving just the memory. Elegy for a summer chill, for a summer chill. The dawn arrives with no relief, just another day of grief, for the chill that never found its way to the end of summer's sway. But in the sweat and in the heat, the elegy is somehow complete, for what we loved and couldn't hold in the summer that grew old. Elegy for a summer chill, for a summer chill. The bar is half past empty when I arrive. A Tuesday night where not much stays alive. I order tonic water, no gin, no lime, just the fizz that marks the passage of time. The bartender wipes a glass and hums along to a Billy record barely hanging on. The low lights cast their amber, lazy spell on the stools where broken stories dwell. I came here to be nowhere, to dissolve into the hush the evening can't resolve. The ice cubes clink, a rhythm soft and slow, while the ceiling fan turns round with nowhere to go. You slide in 2 seats down, don't say a word, just tonic water too, the same absurd. Tonic water and low lights, where the lonely learn to lose their fights. No expectations, no demands, just the quiet in our hands. Tonic water and low lights, healing what the daylight never writes. 2 strangers sharing empty space, in the dimness finding grace. Tonic water and low lights, tonic water and low lights. The piano player starts at 10:30. Something modal, something without an end. You glance my way, a half-formed smile that says we've both been walking the same mile. Your ring finger holds a faded tan, where something ended, where a new began. I raise my glass, you raise yours too, a silent toast to starting over new. The tonic bubbles up and fades away like the resolutions of yesterday. The lowlights flicker once, then hold their ground in this sanctuary where the lost are found. You ask about the jukebox in the back. I say it only plays the ones that lack. Some nights you don't need whiskey's burn or the lessons that the hard drinks learn. Sometimes the clearest thing to choose is the simple that the complex loses. Tonic water, quinine bitter, for the soul that won't admit it's bitter. Low lights hiding what we show in the gentle downward glow. No spotlight, no center stage, just 2 people turning the same page. The clock hands crawl toward the closing time, but the low lights make the moment prime. You tell me names are overrated things when the heart is what the evening brings. I agree in nods and quiet tones, the language of the barely known. The piano fades, the player leaves, but the low light still believes in whatever happens after 2. When the tonic water's warm and through, you stand, you pause, you almost stay, then whisper, maybe another day. I watch you walk into the night, where the street lamps offer different light. Tonic water and low lights, where the lonely learn to lose their fights. No expectations, no demands, just the quiet in our hands. Tonic water and low lights, healing what the daylight never writes. Two strangers sharing empty space, in the dimness finding grace. Tonic water and low lights, tonic water and low lights. I finish mine, the bubble's gone. Put my money down and move along, but something in the tonic fizz reminds me what the low light is. A place to be without the weight, where strangers almost hesitate. Tonic water and low lights, in the hope that maybe low lights. Low lights. The ashtray holds the evidence of night. 3 buts, 2 lies, and 1 goodbye in sight. I stand upon the fire escape alone, with the last cigarette at dawn. The city wakes in shades of gray and rust, while the ember crumbles into dust. Your car pulled out at 4:15. I heard the engine, nothing more. The window glass still holds your breath's faint ghost, where you whispered what mattered most. But dawn has ways of making words seem thin, like smoke that rises, then gives in. I draw the smoke in slow, then let it go, watching where the first light starts to show. The last cigarette at dawn, when the night is come and gone. All the promises we made burning in the ashtray shade. The last cigarette at dawn, one more habit to move on. I inhale the fading dark, exhale what broke my heart. The last cigarette at dawn. At dawn. The jazz club closed 3 hours past its prime, where we danced like we were buying time. The trumpet player packed his case and left, while we argued what was theft. You said I stole your youth, your wilder years. I said you drown in manufactured tears. The band had heard it all before, just another couple on the floor. Now the street street below begins to stir with the early riser's quiet blur. A baker rolls his shutters up with clang, while the last cigarette hangs between my fingers, trembling slight in the compromise of morning light. Some endings don't need slamming doors, just the slow burn of something yours that you hold until it scalds your skin, and finally let the wind drift in. The cigarette is metaphor and fact for the way we never learned to act on what we knew beneath the smoke, before the dawn arrived and spoke in colors we could not ignore, that what we were is now no more. The filter touches where your lips had been, in the ghost of what might have been. I flick it off the railing, watch it fall, a tiny comet, free for all. It hits the pavement, sparks then dies, no different than our lullabies. The sun breaks through a cracking cloud, not dramatic, not too loud, just the ordinary end of things that the morning always brings. I climb back in, the room is cold, where the sheets still hold the fold of your body, now erased by the dawn that can't be chased. The last cigarette at dawn, when the night is come and gone, all the promises we made burning in the ashtray shade. The last cigarette at dawn, one more habit to move on. I inhale the fading dark, exhale what broke my heart. The last cigarette at dawn. I'll quit tomorrow or the day after that, when the memory loses its impact. The street lamp hums a lullaby of gold on cobblestones where summer stories unfold. A cool breeze slips between the avenue trees, carrying the scent of distant memories. I left my coat inside the half-closed bar, where the trumpets sighed beneath the fading star. Now I'm walking slow with nowhere else to be, just the rhythm of my shoes and the moon's decree. Your window glows on number 42, a silhouette of shadow. Are you walking too? Cool breeze on a quiet street, where the lonely and the lost discreetly meet. No horns, no drums, just the rustle of the leaves, a saxophone of wind that gently grieves. leaves, cool breeze on a quiet street. The kind of night that makes the heart complete. In the stillness, I can almost hear your feet. Cool breeze on a quiet street. The bakery awakes with ovens warm, while the city slumbers through the coming storm. I pass the bench where we once shared a smoke. Now the wood is damp and the hinges broke. A cat observes me from a fire escape, judging every step, every heart-shaped shape. I whistle something borrowed, something blue, a melody that never quite made it through to you. The clock tower strikes 4:15. But time moves different when you're hoping for much more. Some nights the quiet speaks louder than a band, a solo improvisation no one planned. The breeze picks up, it carries something new. Maybe it's the ghost of me and you, or maybe just the city breathing out before the morning traffic and the doubt. The diner flickers open down the bend where the night shifts souls and their stories blend. I order coffee black the way you liked, while the ceiling fan turns slow, sleep deprived. The waitress asks if I'm waiting for a friend. I smile and say the night is my only trend. Outside, the breezes turn to something soft, a brush on cymbals held aloft. I step back out, the street is still the same, but something in the darkness knows my name. Cool breeze on a quiet street where the lonely and the lost discreetly meet. No horns, no drums, just the rustle of the leaves, a saxophone of wind that gently grieves. Cool breeze on a quiet street, the kind of night that makes the heart complete. In the stillness, I can almost hear your feet. Cool breeze on a quiet street, the sky turns gray, the breeze begins to fade. Another song the night has never played. But if you ever find yourself alone, listen for the breeze that sounds like home. Cool breeze on a quiet street. The streets are empty, the lights are green. Nobody's out, nobody's seen. The radio plays a static tune. Silent drive through downtown. Just me and the moon. The buildings rise like broken teeth. The river mirrors what's underneath. I pass the bar where we used to meet. The windows are dark. The door is concrete. My hands are steady on the wheel, but my heart is learning how to feel nothing at all, or maybe too much. The silent drive has a gentle touch. Silent drive through downtown, 3 in the morning. The stoplights blink without any warning. I turn left where I used to turn right. Silent drive through downtown into the night. No conversation, no radio song, just the hum of the engine driving along. Past the theaters, past the lies. Silent drive through downtown with my own 2 eyes. The parking lot where you kissed my cheek is now a sign that says weekly rate cheap. I laugh a little, I don't know why. A silent drive makes the sad feel shy. The bridge is empty, the river is black. I think about turning, but I don't turn back. The headlights cut through the velvet air. A silent drive is a silent prayer. Downtown at midnight is a different world, where the flags are furled and the dreams are swirled into gutters and cigarette butts. A silent drive is never what it looks. Silent drive through downtown, 3 in the morning. The stoplights blink without any warning. I turn left where I used to turn right. Silent drive through downtown into the night. No conversation, no radio song, just the hum of the engine driving along. Past the theaters, past the lies. Silent drive through downtown with my own 2 eyes. I pass the apartment, your light is off. Or maybe you moved, I never asked love. The silent drive doesn't ask for names, it just watches the windows and plays no games. The gas station glows like a lonely star. I pull in slow, I don't get far. I sit in the lot with the engine off. A silent drive can also stop. The clerk yawns behind the bulletproof glass. The silent drive is coming to pass. I buy some coffee, I stare at the street. A silent drive is bittersweet. Silent drive through downtown. No destination, no arrival, just the road and the dark, and the ghost of a destination. I should go home, but home is where you used to be. So I'll drive a little more silently. Good night, downtown. Good night, downtown. Good night, headlights. Good night, silent wheel. I'll park somewhere eventually. The amber dims at 2:30, when the city's pulse beats slow and blue. I draw the curtains, lock the door, leave my shoes upon the floor. Your silhouette against the wall, where the lamplight starts to fall. Satin sheets that whisper low of the secrets only lovers know. The vinyl spins a worn-out groove, something tender, something smooth. Miles is playing something kind. For the tangled state of heart and mind, you pour the wine in crystal thin. Let the evening wander in. Satin sheets and slow grooves, where the midnight quietly moves. No rush, no rules, no reason to explain, just the pulse beneath the rain. Satin sheets and slow grooves, every worry softly soothes in the hush between the notes we choose. Satin sheets and slow grooves. Your fingers trace the sheet's cool edge, while the bass walks off the ledge. I watch the shadows cross your face in this temporary tender space. The trumpet cries a muted song for the right that feels so wrong, or maybe wrong that feels so right. In the folds of Friday night, you laugh at something no one said. Pull the pillow nearer to the bed. The groove goes around, the needle stays in the amber smoky haze. Our bodies find the tempo slow, where the satin wants to go. Some say love should hurry, rush and race, but I prefer the linger, long embrace. The spaces where the music breathes are the spaces where my heart believes. So let the groove unwind its spell, where the satin knows us well. No crescendo, no grand end, just the slow descent, my friend. The clock forgets to make a sound as the groove spins round and round. Your hair spills dark on ivory white. In the hush of stolen night, I taste the salt upon your skin, where the slow groove drifts us in. No promises, no spoken ties, just the truth between your eyes. The vinyl skips, we let it be part of our imperfect harmony. Morning waits beyond the blind, but tonight the groove is kind. Satin sheets and slow grooves, where the midnight quietly moves. No rush, no rules, no reason to explain, just the pulse beneath the rain. Satin sheets and slow grooves, every worry softly soothes. In the hush between the notes we choose, satin sheets and slow grooves. The needle lifts, the room grows still, but the groove remains, it always will. In the satin folds of memory, where you once belonged to me. Slow grooves and satin sheets. The waltz begins at 1:30, when the orchestra has come undone. 3 beats to measure what we lost, in the counting of the night's soft cost. Your hand upon my shoulder blade, where the memory starts to fade. 1, 2, 3, the room dissolves into the blue, the waltz resolves. The chandelier grows dim and pale as the saxophone begins its tale of lovers who forgot the steps, while the rhythm gently intercepts our swaying in the empty hall, where the shadows climb the wall. Fade to blue in 3/4 time, where the heart forgets to rhyme. No grand finale, no crescendo, just the slow and tender endo. Fade to blue in 3/4 time. Losing you is not a crime, just a dance that drifts away into the blue, into the gray. Fade to blue in 3/4 time, in 3/4 time. The piano plays the minor third in a language barely heard. Your breath is warm against my ear, saying nothing I want to hear. 1, 2, 3, the floorboards creak under words we never speak. The blue light pools around our feet, where the melody admits defeat. I smell your perfume, old and known, like a song that's overgrown with the weeds of what we were, when the waltz was still a blur of happiness and borrowed gowns, before the blue came crashing down. tomorrow's ghost that haunts the empty floor, where we danced like years before. The blue is not a color here, it's the space between the near and the far, the held, the let go, the tempo that we used to know. So let the fade be slow and sure, in the 3/4 time soft lure. The final chorus starts to swell, but we both know it all too well. 1, 2, 3, the lights go down on the kingdom and the crown. Your fingers slip from off my waist, not in anger, not in haste, just the natural fade to blue that the waltz was born to do. The sax holds one long final note from a tired and tender throat. It hangs, it trembles, then it's gone, like the blue before the dawn. We stand apart, the room is still, the waltz has had its final fill. Fade to blue in 3/4 time, where the heart forgets to rhyme. No grand finale, no crescendo, just the slow and tender endo. Fade to blue in 3/4 time. Losing you is not a crime, just a dance that drifts away into the blue, into the gray. Fade to blue in 3/4 time, in 3/4 time. I walk alone across the floor, where the blue light holds the door. The 3/4 time still ticks inside, where the love we had resides. Not dead, not gone, just fading slow into the blue soft afterglow.